Tonight, I'm going to go there about my story of surviving child abuse and neglect. It's hard to find out the right words to describe what it's like to grow up and live in a dirty home where the dishes aren't done at all, and the filth and the roaches. These are just a few things that have happened. I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, and the filthy conditions we lived in, I don't even know how we lived in it as long as we did. Eventually, the courts got involved and removed us from our home. It was so excessive and extreme. The level of dirt, grime, roaches. It's taken me all my life to survive it. And the crimes that came with it. Because it didn't end at that. I still live with injuries of domestic violence. And I'm praying for somebody to listen to my story. I've used to dream about a man that came into my life to be my hero, to rescue me from this god-awful life. A lot of people have been in and out of my life. It's been literally a revolving door. I didn't have pajamas. I didn't have my own bed. We used to pee in our beds, pee on the floor. When I say we, I mean me. The bathroom was in such disarray. There was no using the toilet. And I know all of you probably seen pictures of what a home that's abandoned, neglected. It was so bad. I still have problems today learning how to sort clothes. I wasn't taught any basic living skills whatsoever. From washing dishes, I wasn't taught any of those things. My life really consisted of going to the swimming pool and school. Those are the only escapes I had from this god-awful home life. My mother rarely ever said, "I love you." It was dirty. And I struggled every day. In school, I didn't get good grades at all. I always wondered what it was like to be in that house that had the clean couch, clean towels, what it was like to go eat. I remember most of the time I would wake up hungry in the morning, hungry at night. And in fact, there's studies that are done today that impact obesity and tie obesity to neglect and abandonment. I'm not surprised. Especially if you've been starved in your home or starved in your situation. So today was a difficult day. I had money and I had the ability to buy groceries. I had the ability to do a lot of things. And I decided to help somebody. Only to be dealing with something totally unexpected. So I guess when people say, is there a God? I know there's a God. I don't doubt that for at all. But when there's roaches and bugs and it's dirty, it's grimy, there's really no words for it in domestic violence injuries. I hope my story gets out to the right person. I need that love and support. So I need to go back to group therapy and deal with the abandonment. It's been like that for a very long time. I'm still surviving it. I'm still surviving what I lived through. Because the injuries still need treated. And the problems are so prolonged and long and difficult. And my hope is that by telling my story, that I am not going to forget that child that was abandoned and neglected. I mean, most of the time our clothes were very dirty when we went to school. I try very hard to live a very healthy life. I try very hard to stick with what I do know. You know, cooking, cleaning, those things are very essential to keeping a home and not abandoning responsibilities. There's a lot of triggers and there's a lot of things that I know today that in counseling have taught me to deal with it. But it's still very much difficult and it can be sometimes paralyzing. That's why I'm sharing this story, so that I can remind myself of where I am now this year on January 2nd, 2021, and where I will go from here. Hopefully my story can reach that child that is going through the same thing, and I can reach out to other people that you're not abandoned and you're not alone. Because it's so desperate. It's such a desperate situation. Poverty is a desperate situation. How to survive it, how to thrive again, how to live, those are the things we need to learn. And we need good people to teach us and help us. Thank you for listening to my story of surviving the abandonment and neglect.